So we're going to put the bearings back in now. Add this bearing in the freezer. Now I know the principle of cooling things off, heating things up will help them go in. I'm not sure how long it's been in. I ate all the ice cream in the freezer, by the way, to make these fit in. So it's been in about an hour and a half, 2 hours. Let's see how we go on putting it back together. I can confirm it's cold. Now, just out of interest to measure it, comparing it with the existing, I'm not sure if we're going to get an accurate reading here. That's 74.9. The old bearing is 75.1. I'm not sure. Anyway, so it looks like it's going to go in. Prep the surface inside the bearing carrier there, so that's nice and clean, ready for it to go in. I'm going to get that lined up like that. Actually, it feels like you literally push it in. So, maybe not. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this tool here, and as someone pointed out, what I should have used is these washers, probably best with brass washers, but I didn't actually use them when I used them on the nut the other time. So I'm going to go for the big cap on this side, and one that fills the hole at the back on the other side, which I think is going to be this one. Yeah, so that's going to go on the back of the bearing there. But let's get this down a little bit. So this is going to go on the back of the bearing, which is going to seat onto there. I'm going to do it pretty much the way I did last time. I'm going to hold it in the vise. So I'm going to put a bit of oil on these. Large disc on there, bit of oil, bit of oil, get this up in the vise. So the bearing's getting wound down now. It's going in nice and square, to be honest. I've just got a bit of thread poking out at the bottom there to lift it up. Get it tight in the vise again. It's going to be the longer bar. There we go, bearings all the way in, sat all the way down the shoulder, So there we go, bearing pressed in, all ready for the front cover to go back on. So now we've got the bearing snug in, we just want to put this front cover back on. This cover had a little cut out, I think it's to let any oil or rain or anything, water or anything out the actual bearing, I'm not quite sure to be honest. Anyway, the little cutout was at the bottom. So all I'm going to do with this, I'm just going to put a sliver of copper slip on the back face to act as a sort of a seal to prevent any rain getting down the back of it. Because that little cutout goes to the bottom, that's the top of the hub, that's the bottom of the hood, and then this is just held in place with 4 bolts. So I've just torqued these down to the universal torque setting of there we go, so they're all the same torque. In, we just need to get the hub in. So this is a hub, this was a bit of a press fit in, so I'm going to have to think how we're going to put this back in. I might even use a pulling tool to pull it through so we get it in even. Might be the best way rather than just smashing the hell out of it. Might put a little bit of light oil on here just to ease it in. Yeah, I think we'll configure some sort of pulling device to get that pulled in. Hub back in the vise, squared up with the bearing, using the same bearing puller to pull it through. Let's see how this goes. There we go, so that's pulling down nicely into the hub. There we go. Tool's proving pretty useful actually. I've managed to push the bearings out, push the new bearings in, and also push the hub back on, which is a lot better than using a hammer and hitting it. There we go, hub in place, spinning nicely. Just got to put the shaft in place. Basically we have this little pulley on the back, little tooth wheel. This is probably for the ABS, I would say. Pretty similar. Okay, this is on a Porsche, it's rear wheel drive, so this is sort of like a dummy hub. If this was a front wheel drive, it would probably still have the splines in here, the splines on there, and this would be a CV joint on the back with a drive shaft which would go into it. So this just goes into the back here. There we are, both bearings have been replaced. What I'm going to do now is start to reassemble these onto the actual struts themselves.